What if I told you that one of Europe's most sacred places was deliberately hidden inside a mountain fortress, not for protection from armies, but for something far more powerful? Picture a monastery so remote, so perfectly concealed, that for centuries it was known only to a handful of devoted monks and the eagles soaring above. Tucked into the folds of Bulgaria's highest mountain range, Rila Monastery feels less like a building and more like a living secret, a spiritual sanctuary carved into the wild. But this wasn't just a peaceful retreat. It was a stronghold, a place where faith was defended not with swords, but with silence, solitude, and an unbreakable connection to the land itself. To understand why it's here, and how it survived wars, fires, and centuries of change, you have to go back to the very beginning, to a single man who walked into the wilderness with nothing but a vision. His name was Ivan of Rila. In the 10th century, he left the comforts of society behind and climbed deep into these rugged mountains. He wasn't looking to build a monument. He was seeking silence, a place to pray, to reflect, to escape the noise of the world. He settled in a cave, living a life of radical simplicity. But his reputation for wisdom and holiness began to spread. Disciples traveled through treacherous terrain to learn from him. And after his death, his followers decided to honor his legacy by building a small monastic community right here, in the heart of the Rila Mountains. They chose this location not for convenience, but for protection, not from invaders, but from distraction. From the temptation of worldly life, the mountain wasn't just a backdrop. It was a shield over the centuries that small community grew into something much larger, but its survival was never guaranteed. In the 14th century, the monastery was destroyed, not by an army but by an avalanche. The monks saw it as a test. They rebuilt. Then, during the Ottoman invasion, the monastery was burned, not once but multiple times. Each time the monks returned, they didn't fight with weapons. They preserved something far more valuable: their culture, their language, their faith. While Bulgaria was under foreign rule, Rila Monastery became a hidden ark, a place where Bulgarian identity was kept alive. Manuscripts were copied in secret. Icons were painted and hidden away. The mountain provided cover, and the monks provided courage. By the 19th century, the monastery had evolved into the stunning architectural masterpiece we see today. But its design was still shaped by the mountain. The outer walls are tall, fortress-like, with few windows facing outward, not to keep people out, but to turn attention inward toward the courtyard, the church, the heart of spiritual life. Inside, every surface tells a story. Frescoes cover the walls, depicting saints and biblical scenes in vivid color. Wood carvings adorn the altars, each one crafted by hand over countless hours. And above it all, the mountain stands guard, a constant, silent witness to centuries of prayer, struggle, and renewal. What's remarkable is how little the feeling of the place has changed. Even today, when you step into the courtyard, you're struck by a profound sense of peace. The world outside seems to fall away. The air is cooler. The light is softer. You can almost hear the echo of chants from generations past. Monks still live and work here, maintaining traditions that have been passed down for nearly 1,000 years. They bake bread, tend gardens, and welcome pilgrims, not as tourists, but as guests on a shared spiritual journey. The mountain continues to offer its protection, not by hiding the monastery, but by preserving its atmosphere of reverence and retreat. Rila Monastery is more than a historical site. It's a lesson in resilience. It shows us that some things are too important to be left exposed. That sometimes, to preserve what matters most, you need to withdraw, to build your sanctuary in the shelter of something greater than yourself. The monks of Rila understood that the mountain wasn't just stone and forest. It was a partner in their mission, a guardian of silence, a keeper of faith. And today, as a UNESCO World Heritage Site, it continues to inspire not because it's easy to reach, but because it wasn't. It stands as a reminder that the most enduring treasures are often found off the beaten path, protected not by locks, but by landscape. Have you ever visited a place that felt like it was guarding a secret? Share your story in the comments. We'd love to hear which hidden wonders have left a mark on you.